Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cub Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here with PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
At PSM Sports Therapy, recovery is more than getting you back to your sport. It's about building a stronger version of you. Our team of experts uses state-of-the-art technology to build personalized care plans that get you healthy and back in action safely. With no physician order needed, contact us directly to receive top-quality care exactly when you need it. Call 260-266-4007. Visit one of our Fort Wayne locations or go to psmsports.com to learn more.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSM, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Bishop Luers High School. This is high school boys basketball on SummitCitySports.com. I am Thad Goff calling your play-by-play. Oscar Harrison will be running the camera. Right now, we do have the JV game still in action, but there's only about a minute left in that JV game, and right now it's all Bishop Luers on the JV side of things. That last bucket I thought should have put them up 68-38, but scoreboard reads 66-38. May have misread the scoreboard before the bucket. Either way, it's a huge lead for Bishop Luers. Blackhawk cuts into it just a little bit before Mitch Sturm, who's serving as the referee for this JV game, calls in a sub. So I think we can definitively say Bishop Luers is going to win the JV game. And I do believe they won the freshman game just before this JV game. 42-40 was the final score in the freshman game, and I believe it was Bishop Luers that won that game. So the varsity team hoping to make it a triple dip today against Blackhawk Christian, but the Braves have a really good basketball team, 9-5. They're looking for win number 10, and if their freshman and JV teams can't get the win here at Bishop Luers High School, they're hoping that their varsity team can do so. Now, in just a matter of moments, as the clock ticks down, we're about at 13 seconds right now, Bishop Luers is going to recognize Deshawn Thomas. That's right, that's the same Deshawn Thomas who starred here at Bishop Luers, was part of the class of 2010, and went on to play for the Ohio State Buckeyes, part of that Buckeyes team that made the Final Four. And I believe that was Deshawn's freshman year. Check that, not his freshman year, his sophomore year, the 2011-2012 season that took on Kansas in the tournament and ended up losing to the Jayhawks. The Jayhawks, in turn, ended up losing to Kentucky in the championship game that year. Speaking of Kentucky, they had a huge come-from-behind win today against Tennessee. I know that the Cats were down 13 in that game, but came all the way back to win it. 80-78 was the final score at Pat Summit Court in Knoxville, Tennessee. So the Cats spoil the party in Knoxville for the Vols fans. Meanwhile, there's going to be a party here at Bishop Luers, and the Knights are hoping that they can cap off that party with a win. If they do, they'll get to 5-6 on the season. And they'll have their fourth win in the last 5 games. That's right, Luers has won 3 out of their last 4 games coming into tonight. That started with a game against that's Blackhawk Christian's schedule, my apologies. That started with a game against East Central back on December 29th, and then the Knights beat Henryville on the 30th. And a week ago yesterday, they beat Concordia right here in this gym. 83-47 was the final score, and that was before the Knights went to New Haven and fell 70-65 at the hands of the New Haven Bulldogs, who are having a great season right now, and Bulldogs just knocked off Leo last night. You'll get a chance to see the Lady Bulldogs on Summit City Sports in a few minutes, I believe, as they take on the Leo Lions. That will be at Armstrong Arena. The boys' game yesterday was at the Lions Den in Leo. But I do see Deshawn Thomas over there by the doors. He's going to be recognized here in a few minutes. And before they get that started, we will go ahead and go to our next break. We'll make it a 40-second break. Maybe not. They may be about to honor him right now. I think Lori is the name of the woman who's emceeing, if I'm not mistaken. She's got the mic in hand. She is wearing a Deshawn Thomas jersey, so she's walking over there by the door to where Deshawn is. Right now, nobody's jumped on the mic. But again, one of the staffers here does have a mic in hand. And now we'll turn it over to our PA announcer.
2010 alum Deshawn Thomas on his retirement from professional basketball. Congrats to Deshawn on his incredible basketball career. This Luers is immensely proud of all he's accomplished and grateful for the way he's represented our school on and off the court. And all SAC conference and all area honors, 2008, 2009, 2A state champion, Mr. Basketball 2010, first team parade All-American, Indiana's third all-time leading men's scorer in basketball, 2012 Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame football championship MVP, 2013 first team Big Ten at Ohio State University, 2013 NBA draft leader of the San Antonio Spurs, 2014 JSF Nantre French Cup winner, 2017 Maccabi Tel Aviv Israel League Champ winner, 2018 Maccabi Tel Aviv Israel League Championship, 2019, wow. Well, he just won the Greek Cup winner there. I know. I'm not Greek. I apologize. 2019, 2020 Greek League Championship, and 2022 Bayern Munich All-Bundesliga League first team. To get things started here is Deshawn, Bishop Luers, Director of Mission Advancements, Lori Borolio.
Thank you for being here tonight as we celebrate a truly special moment for Bishop Luers, for our basketball program, for our city, and one of our own, Deshawn Thomas. Tonight we honor an alum who has represented excellence, resilience, and pride at every level of the game. From his early days wearing the red and black to competing at the highest levels of professional basketball, Deshawn Thomas has built a career defined by hard work, leadership, and consistency. Deshawn's journey is one that inspires an athlete who never forgot where he came from and who has always carried Fort Wayne with him wherever the game took him. As he officially retires from professional basketball, we celebrate not just the points scored or the games played, but the example he has set for young athletes and the impact he's made within our community. Tonight's also a special night because the city of Fort Wayne is joining us in recognizing Deshawn. And I am presenting this on behalf of Mayor Sharon Tucker. Whereas Deshawn Thomas is a native of Fort Wayne, Indiana, whose dedication, perseverance, and excellence in basketball have brought pride and recognition to the city of Fort Wayne. And whereas Deshawn Thomas distinguished himself as an outstanding student athlete at Bishop Luers High School, where his talent and work ethic set the foundation for a remarkable basketball career. And whereas Deshawn Thomas went on to achieve national prominence as a standout player at Ohio State University, earning multiple honors and establishing himself as one of the program's most accomplished players. Whereas Deshawn Thomas fulfilled his lifelong dream of playing professional basketball in the NBA and internationally, representing Fort Wayne and Bishop Luers with integrity, determination, and excellence on a global stage. So today, the city of Fort Wayne wishes to recognize and celebrate Deshawn Thomas on his retirement and for his contributions to basketball, his community, and his lasting impact as an ambassador for our city. Now, therefore, Sharon Tucker, the mayor of the city of Fort Wayne, proclaimed January 14th, 2026 as Deshawn Thomas Day in Fort Wayne.
welcome everyone tonight to honor Deshawn Thomas and to the game tonight. I'm the principal and the boys basketball coach, Seth Coffing. We have not worn number 1 since, and we don't plan on ever again, so we would like to present number 1 to Deshawn tonight, and this is his game-worn jersey. This day is long overdue, and it's one that we've been looking forward to having and having Deshawn here tonight. Obviously, he's been pretty busy over the last 15 years or so, and he hasn't been able to get here during the winter time because he's been playing. So we would like to welcome Deshawn back, honor him for his wonderful and awesome career here at Luers and beyond, and welcome back, Deshawn. Next up is Deshawn's principal, and I know she did a lot more than just being his principal when he was in school, Mary Kiefer.
Don't tell too many stories, he said. It is such an honor to be here and to honor you. When you play basketball here, every game we were worried about the fire marshal, because from that corner to that corner, this gym was packed and cheering for you. They came to see you from all around. It was so much fun. But you weren't only a basketball player. You were kind. You have awesome manners. And when you were a freshman, you said to me, school is hard. And I said, do what we ask you to do, and you will be successful. Well, one time he made the, not once, but he made the honor roll. And he came in to the office. We were all so proud of you. And he said, can I announce that on the PA? He always was humble. And I said, no, but you tell everybody that you know that you made the honor roll. And I and your family and your teachers were so proud of you, and you were proud of yourself. We're glad you came back to see us.
First and foremost, I want to thank God for giving me such a great talent and to show my game to the world, fans, teachers. I want to thank him. I want to thank my teammates. Obviously, watch you guys give me the ball a lot. I want to thank my teammates though, man. They really special. Thank them for riding with me, you know, making the mud together. I want to thank the teachers, all teachers here at Luers. And like she said, I became a man on and off the court by, you know, staying in the classroom. Ms. Kiefer, I know you hear me. All the nights, Sundays coming in, reading and stuff like that. I really appreciate you for helping me get through that. I want to thank all my family that supported me through the thick and thin. All my family members who stayed in the front row, my Uncle Byron, my auntie, all of them. I know a couple of times the referees had to kick y'all out the gym. Crazy, but that was a lot of support they had for me, and I appreciate you guys for that. Yeah, I mean, and for the kids who's watching, I want you guys, the players, keep God first, stay working hard, and continue to be great. Stay in the classroom. Grades first. Never forget where you came from. You know, home is where the heart is. So never forget where you came from, and stay humble and continue to do great things. Thank you.
what a great moment as Deshawn Thomas has had his number 1 jersey retired. He does, of course, retire from pro basketball, and if you want a little information about some of his pro basketball career, he was drafted by the San Antonio Spurs and played part of his career for the Austin Spurs, who would have been in, I think it was called the G League at the time. I think that was recently after the name G League had been adopted. Other than that, he spent a lot of time playing overseas in places like Tokyo, Munich, and Barcelona, Milano, and several other places overseas where Deshawn played during his pro career. And, of course, around here, he'll be remembered most as a former Bishop Luers Knight. His number 1 jersey just retired before our eyes. Well, maybe not before our eyes, but before the eyes of the fans here. And now I thought he was about to turn around and show us the jersey, but looks like he's going to continue to have a little meet and greet with folks, and we are hoping to have a little pregame, well, not pregame, but halftime interview with Deshawn Thomas. Now, maybe he'll come up during pregame, I don't know. The plan is at this point to have a halftime interview with Deshawn Thomas. That's the plan at this point. Hopefully we'll be able to get him up here. It has been requested, so hopefully he'll be able to come up here during halftime and have a little word with us, as they're going to call some folks out and continue to celebrate with Deshawn. I said around here he'll be remembered most as a former Bishop Luers Knight. If you're an Ohio State Buckeyes fan, that's where you'll remember Deshawn Thomas most, because he played 3 years of college ball at Ohio State. He mostly came off the bench his freshman year, and he was playing alongside a standout freshman in Jared Sullinger. Deshawn's minutes increased and his production increased as a sophomore, and he continued to be very productive as a junior as well, ultimately scoring 1,628 points in his college career. And if I'm not mistaken, Thomas also scored double figures in each of his last 2 years at Ohio State. He was a stretch 4 type of player. He was a post guy, big 6'7" guy, but he could also step out and shoot the three, shoot the mid-ranger. This celebration's going to continue, and they've brought the basketballs out for warm-ups. Again, we are hoping that Deshawn comes up here for a little halftime interview with us. Again, the request has been made, so hopefully he'll be able to come up here at halftime. But right now, Deshawn Thomas going to continue to celebrate with the fans here. If I'm not mistaken, he used to play for James Blackman. Now, I don't think James Blackman is here right now because he brought his Marion Knights here. They've got a 7:30 tip against Homestead. That game would be starting right about now, if I'm not mistaken, unless the JV game went long. Our JV game here went long. That's one of the reasons why we're getting started when we are. But, of course, also because if you're just joining us, Bishop Luers has been recognizing Deshawn Thomas. That number 1 jersey that he's holding, it has been retired at Bishop Luers High School. He is retired from pro basketball. Some have used the saying that they've left the game, but it'll never leave them, and perhaps you could say that about Deshawn Thomas. He's left the game in the sense that he's not playing it at the pro level anymore. But my guess is that the game of basketball is never going to leave Deshawn Thomas. And certainly it's not going to leave him tonight, as he's recognized for his accomplishments on the basketball court here at Ohio State and abroad in pro basketball, and even those couple of years that he spent in Austin, Texas with the Austin Spurs. But in the meantime, it is just about time to get you ready for basketball between the Blackhawk Christian Braves and the Bishop Luers Knights. They have started the warm-up clock as Deshawn Thomas is down there taking some pictures with the fans. We will take a break and come back in just a matter of moments. You're watching high school basketball here on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
We are back here at Bishop Luers High School. They have recognized Deshawn Thomas, the former Bishop Luers Knight himself, who later went on to star with the Ohio State Buckeyes in the college game and then played overseas for many years, in addition to being drafted by the San Antonio Spurs and playing against their G League affiliate, the Austin Spurs. 17 and a half minutes to go until we get this game underway. The game is between Bishop Luers, the home team on the scoreboard, and Blackhawk Christian, the visiting team on the scoreboard. Luers, of course, will be wearing the home whites. Blackhawk Christian wears the road blue uniforms here in South Fort Wayne. Busy day in South Fort Wayne. Southside girls took on Marion earlier today. They lost. Bishop Luers girls defeated Northside earlier today here in this gym. Wayne Generals defeated Bridgeport from Michigan. 75-35 was the final over there. Homestead will be taking on Marion. That game may have already started by now. Homestead reeling a little bit after last night's loss at the hands of the Snyder Panthers. They're hoping to bounce back against the Giants. Interestingly enough, that is where James Blackman, who I believe was Deshawn's former coach, won multiple state championships here as a boys basketball coach, did James Blackman. He's coaching the Marion Knights over at Homestead tonight. He also won a state championship with Marion during his head coaching career. Again, the matchup tonight is the Blackhawk Christian Braves versus the Bishop Luers Knights. Now, Bishop Luers had a slow start to the season. They won their second game of the season and went 1-5 to start the season. Lately, they've won 3 of their last 4, most recently against Concordia a week ago yesterday. They had a good battle with New Haven, made it interesting, but ended up losing on the road at Armstrong Arena back on Tuesday night. Bishop Luers hoping to get back on track against the Blackhawk Christian Braves. Bishop Luers does have some quality size on the inside. Now, Blackhawk Christian has some size. It's mostly at the guard and small forward positions. But one guy that Bishop Luers has that they can look to is Ale Taylor. He's a big 6'4" forward. Jaden Moore's another forward at 6'3", and TJ English is a guard, but he adds some size to that guard position. He's also 6'3". Of those 3 guys, Ale Taylor is the only one averaging double figures at this point. He is the second leading scorer on the team, averaging 13.4 points per game. Now the guards, of course, are Carmani Davis and Zen Safursky, and Carmani is the leading scorer overall for these Bishop Luers Knights. He averages 14.5 points per game. Adds to that 1.5 assists per game, and Zen Safursky is the leader in assists, averaging 4.5 per game on the season. So Safursky and Carmani Davis certainly are capable of playing at a high level. Now, one thing about Carmani Davis and Ale Taylor is those guys, as I recall, were starters last year. At the very least played a lot of minutes, but they had the Truesdale brothers as a part of this team, Darion and Draylon Truesdale, and those guys were the top scorers on the team. And now that those guys have graduated, Ale Taylor and Carmani Davis are getting their opportunity and taking advantage of it. In fact, I did reach out to head coach Seth Coffing leading up to this game. I asked him about the contributions of Carmani Davis and Ale Taylor. He said, quote, Carmani has always been an elite shooter. He's gained the understanding of moving without the basketball, and something must have been cut off there. He must have had something to say about Ale Taylor that got cut off. Unfortunately, that's the end of the answer to the question. So something must have been cut off at some point during the email, or something got left out. Whatever the case may be, at high praise for Carmani Davis. But regarding how the Luers Knights have played these last 4 games, winning 3 of those games, Seth Coffing said this. He said, quote, the boys have been growing together and intentional about improving some of our weaknesses early on. Roles have begun to be established, and acceptance of those roles and a willingness to play those roles at the highest level possible end quote. Again, those are the words of Bishop Luers head coach Seth Coffing, and you might have caught it. Seth Coffing was out on the floor as Deshawn Thomas was recognized pregame here at Bishop Luers High School. And I'm told that Deshawn Thomas is planning to stick around for the rest of the game, and I did make a request that he would come up here for a little halftime interview. We'll see if he's able to come up here. It'll all depend on what kind of time he has. Deshawn's still taking pictures with some of the folks here in the gym. And again, his former head coach, James Blackman, I believe was his head coach at the time. Not currently here tonight. He'd be over at Homestead as his Marion Giants, that's the team he coaches nowadays, are taking on the Homestead Spartans. In the meantime, we'll be back after this break, and I'll talk a little bit about this Blackhawk Christian team. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
The Bishop Luers Knights taking on the Blackhawk Christian Braves here at Bishop Luers High School. I talked about Bishop Luers. Blackhawk Christian comes into this game with an overall record of 9-5. As Blackhawk Christian does not have the kind of size that we're used to seeing from them in recent years. You know, you think about big guys that have played for Blackhawk Christian like Caleb First. His younger brother Josh First went on to be a star at Blackhawk Christian, and then Kellen Pickett at 6'10", was part of a state championship team a few years ago. That was when Pickett was a sophomore. Of course, he's graduated from Blackhawk Christian, gone off to college, had a great career for the Braves when he was here. But nowadays, you don't have the true big man in the post. Blackhawk does have some size at the small forward and guard positions. Jaden O'Neal, a small forward, stands in at 6'4". Drake Sefton's listed as a small forward. He also stands in at 6'4". And Bryce Lacrosse, a shooting guard, stands in at 6'3". So the backcourt has some size for Blackhawk Christian, but by the looks of things, it's going to be the backcourt that tries to dominate things for the Braves this season. In that backcourt, Bryce Lacrosse is the leading scorer. He averages 17.4 points per game. And Drake Sefton is the second leading scorer, averaging 11.5 points per game. But you also got some seniors. Sefton and Lacrosse are sophomores. You also have some seniors who are having really good seasons for the Braves. Jaden O'Neal and Briggs Pardon are averaging just a shade over 8 points per game on the season. And Jaden O'Neal's kind of a guy who's stepped into a new role this year, a starting role with all the talent that Blackhawk Christian graduated, not having that big man in Kellen Pickett down low, not having Bryce Sefton, who is a very dynamic, very capable scorer for the Blackhawk Christian Braves. Jaden O'Neal's kind of had to step into a new role, and so far he's filled that role pretty well. I did ask head coach Matt Roth about Jaden O'Neal coming into this game. He said, quote, "Jaden has been fantastic here in his senior year. He is a dynamic athlete and a great team player. His scoring ability has really helped this year, along with his ability to guard 1 through 5 with his size and athletic ability." Again, Jaden O'Neal, about 6'4". He is considered a small forward and may be put to work against some of the front court guys that Bishop Luers has on the roster here tonight. When I come back, we'll check in and see about some other scores in the area, games that may have already started. We've got Marion versus Homestead. That, of course, not airing on Summit City Sports, but might be able to check in on it as well. Leo versus New Haven girls basketball is airing on Summit City Sports tonight. And another game airing on Summit City Sports is Belmont versus Norwell, and I do believe that's a battle for first place in the Northeast 8 Conference. We're back after this break. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, here we've got Blackhawk Christian versus Bishop Luers here at Bishop Luers High School on Deshawn Thomas night. His jersey has been retired here at Bishop Luers High School, where he wore the number 1, and he continued to wear that number at Ohio State when he played college ball over there. Some other scores in the area right now. Norwell has the lead over Belmont, but it's a 1-point game. 7-6 is the score. That is girls basketball. That 1-point lead remains intact as Belmont just got a stop, and they're looking to take the lead. Leo currently has the lead against New Haven, closer than you might think. It's 11-5, so a decent lead for the Lions. New Haven's been a struggling team much of this season. I believe they have just 2 wins on the year, and Leo is having an excellent season. They do add to their lead. Make it 13-5 there at Armstrong Arena. I mentioned earlier that Deshawn Thomas's former high school coach, James Blackman, is at Homestead tonight as his Marion Giants are visiting the Spartans. Check in on that score here in just a second. I'm just pulling it up right now, and that's a close game. 6-5 is the score. Homestead 9-3, Marion 3-7. And Homestead trying to bounce back from last night's home loss at the hands of the Snyder Panthers. Now, the Homestead girls did beat Snyder last night, but in the boys' game, it was all Snyder. They ended up winning that game by a grand total of 19 points, and I believe that Chance DeRosset, Trell Hogue, and Xavier Wilson all finished in double figures in that game. But Homestead has added to their lead meanwhile. It's a minute and a half left in the first quarter. 9-5 the score in favor of the Spartans. And check back in on Belmont versus Norwell. That was a close game, and Belmont has the lead, 11-7 over there in Ossian. They did win the Northeast State Conference last year. They beat Norwell in Decatur. But then in sectionals, I believe Norwell defeated Belmont. And I know Norwell, of course, went on to win the state championship in Class 3A. Lady Knights have moved up to Class 4A. Oh, wait a second. I may have had that wrong. They gave that 3 to Belmont. It was actually, it looks like they've changed it. So now it's Norwell 10, Belmont 8, but that would be Norwell 10, Belmont 9 after the Braves just got a free throw. So back and forth game over in Ossian. That's not South Fort Wayne, but it is south of Fort Wayne. Over in Ossian, Indiana, and that's basically Hoosier farm country. A lot of cornfields out there, but whether there's a lot of cornfields or a big downtown section, everybody loves their basketball here in the great state of Indiana, and they've had a lot to be proud of at Norwell and Belmont in recent years under the current coaching staffs that they have, as the Knights just took the lead 13-10. I think that was Macy Solfrank who hit that 3 moments ago, just a second ago rather. But right here we've got the Bishop Luers Knights taking on the Blackhawk Christian Braves in South Fort Wayne. It is a non-conference matchup. Bishop Luers is a part of the Summit Athletic Conference. Blackhawk Christian is not a part of any particular conference. They are independent, so they get to schedule schools from, I'd say, all around the state of Indiana, mostly all around Northeast Indiana, although they do schedule some Indy schools from time to time. But they'll schedule teams from the SAC, they'll schedule teams from the Northeast 8. They've played against the likes of Norwell, Columbia City. Columbia City is one of the teams that defeated Blackhawk Christian this year. Of course, the Eagles lost at the hands of the Huntington North Vikings last night. So these two teams do play each other on a routine basis on the basketball court. Blackhawk Christian is currently in Class 3A. Bishop Luers is in Class 2A. A little bit of information about where these teams plan to go for sectionals. Bishop Luers was part of Class 2A, sectional 36. And they'll take on, that'll feature the likes of Bluffton, Whitco, Adams Central, Woodland, and South Adams. And for Blackhawk Christian, they are part of Class 3A, as I mentioned earlier. Sectional 21 is where they play. And that sectional includes the likes of Bishop Dwenger, Angola, Leo, DeKalb, East Noble, Concordia, and Garrett. Could be a quality sectional, though. DeKalb has a really good record this season. East Noble 4-8 at this point, but they came down to the wire against DeKalb last night. It was a loss for the Knights, but a good battle against a really good team. A really big rivalry game. We've got about 2.5 minutes to go until we get this game underway. It is time to hear from some of our sponsors. It is because of our sponsors that we get to bring you these high school broadcasts that we bring you on SummitCitySports.com. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. Tom Steele Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on X at 260 Sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Always 100 presents Academy Drills and Skills. Continuing on through May 28th of this year. Camps go on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 5 to 6:30 p.m. You'll get to work on dribbling, shooting, passing, and defense. For more information, call Always 100 at 260-444-2788 or go online to www.always100basketball.net. The camps take place at the Parkview Sport One Fieldhouse in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Again, that's Always 100 Basketball and their Academy Drills and Skills. Always 100 does such a great job. They've trained a lot of athletes here in the Fort Wayne area. I'm not sure if they would have trained Deshawn Thomas at the time. Of course, Deshawn Thomas graduated in 2010. Might have trained him, although Nard Hollins, who founded Always 100, spent some time himself playing pro basketball overseas. He's a Northside graduate. His Lady Legends, were here earlier today and lost to the Knights. But no doubt he loves training all the athletes that he gets to train, and several athletes from all across Northeast Indiana have trained there, whether it's V.J. Beecham, the former New Haven Bulldog, Caleb Swanigan, the former Homestead Spartan. Later on went to Purdue, and V.J. Beecham, of course, went on to Notre Dame. And, of course, they do a lot of great work here in the area. And we're about to have the national anthem. We'll have that before this game gets started, and we'll be back after this break. You're watching high school boys basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
And with that, it's time for the announcement of the starting lineups. First for the visitors from Blackhawk Christian. Check that. It's a pregame prayer first.
Saint Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle. You're a safeguard against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke whom we humbly pray, and to God thou prince of the heavenly host, by the power of God, cast into hell Satan and all evil spirits who crawl about the world, seeking the rules of souls. Amen. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
On behalf of Principal Seth Coffey and Assistant Principal Mandy Allen, and Physical and Athletic Director Kevin Mann, we welcome you to this evening's special night, non-conference game versus the Blackhawk Christian Parade. Starting first for the guests on the scoreboard, the Blackhawk Christian Parade. Number 2, Briggs Martin. Number 11, Tyler Wood. Number 12, Bryce Cross. Number 20, James O'Neill. And number 32, Drake Septon. The Braves are coached by Mr. Matt Ross. And also on our team, night fans, for starting line for your Michigan Luers tonight. Starting at guard, a 6'3" senior, number 2, Keon Rowe. Starting at guard, a 5'9" senior, number 3, Armani Davis. Starting at the other guard, a 5'10" sophomore, number 5, Zen Shaversky. Starting at guard, a 6'3" junior, number 11, TJ Inlet. Starting at forward, 6'4" senior, number 15, Hale Taylor. And I am starting lineup, 6'3" sophomore, number 23, Jaden Moore.
There you have it, the starting lineups for tonight's game between Blackhawk Christian and Bishop Luers here at Bishop Luers High School. Should be a fun one. It'll be Ale Taylor to tip off for Bishop Luers, and I believe that's Drake Sefton who wears number 32. It is Drake Sefton. And you notice Blackhawk Christian is wearing blue jerseys with black numbers. They do have the gold trim around them. Hopefully the black on blue doesn't prove to be a hindrance for the announcer calling this game. Tip is won initially by the Braves, and they do scoop it up in the end. We're underway from Bishop Luers. Girls games in the books. It's basically a quadruple header. We had girls basketball between Bishop Luers and Northside. Blackhawk Christian and Luers have played now in their third game already today as we get a foul. They had the freshman game right after the girls game. As that foul goes against TJ English, and it was on the shot. They had the JV game following the freshman game, and now the varsity game to cap off the night. That is Bryce Lacrosse at the free throw line, a sophomore who is the leading scorer right now for Blackhawk Christian. He gets the second, and the Braves are first on the board. Carmani Davis, leading scorer for the Knights. This is Safersky with the ball, goes inside to Taylor, and Ale Taylor, surrounded by blue shirts, puts it home. Not a surprise that they would look to him early on. Ale is 6'4". Good drive to the basket and a foul on the way up as Lacrosse draws the contact, and he'll go right back to that free throw line. He was 1 for 2 on his last trip. That's 2 possessions for the Braves and 2 fouls on the Knights. Downside for Blackhawk Christian is they don't yet have a make from the field. Of course, we're only 2 possessions in. Braves have had 2 possessions. Knights have had 1. as Lacrosse gets the first one. Keon Crow has checked in for the Luers Knights. He wears number 2. Lacrosse goes 2 for 2 this time. Again, all the points so far for Blackhawk coming from the free throw line, but it is early in the game as Carmani Davis gets his first touch. Crow spins around, feeds Davis, and Davis cashes in. Carmani Davis spinning through traffic. All wide open, good look. Lacrosse too strong, but an offensive board by Jaden O'Neal. And this possession is still alive for the Braves. This is Briggs Pardon, the Carroll transfer, his second year with Blackhawk Christian. Good feed and a cross-court pass from Lacrosse. 3-ball comes up short. Putback is good. Drake Sefton, the sophomore. And there's the Braves' first field goal of this game. And that's blocked on the inside, and here come the Braves. I think that was Lacrosse who got the block. That goes officially as the first stop of the game for either team as Lacrosse dribbles through the paint. And we're going to get a foul called on the Knights, and it looks like they're going to get Davis. That's 3 fouls already on Bishop Luers. 6:08 to go in this first quarter. Sefton feeds over to Briggs Pardon. Kyler Wood is in the game for Blackhawk Christian. That 3 won't go. The rebound just barely pulled down by Jaden Moore. There goes Davis. Missed it, but he's fouled. And this will be the first foul on Blackhawk Christian, and Carmani Davis will be the first Knight to go to the free throw line. Kyler Wood called for the foul. In a 1-point game here in South Fort Wayne. 5:52 to go. Davis rattles home the first one, and we are tied. Missed the second one. We remain tied as Drake Sefton gets a one-handed board. Lacrosse working on Davis. Check that, he's working on Safersky. Now Pardon inside. Sefton fakes the 3. Drives, cannot finish. Putback won't fall. Jaden Moore comes up with it. Contested at the rim, and the Braves come away with the ball. Pardon hits it in transition. Briggs Pardon drawing some contact. And back the other way come the Knights as Ale Taylor puts it home. The Knights and the Braves trade baskets there. That bucket by Briggs Pardon was the second made field goal this game for Blackhawk Christian. Lacrosse gets the feed from Sefton and uses the screen from Sefton. Oh, Lacrosse takes it to the cup. Davis looked like he was going to stay with him all the way, but Lacrosse beat him to the spot. And Bryce Lacrosse with his first make from the field. He's got 5 points total. As Zen Safersky gets it up top. 4.5 to go in this first quarter. Jaden Moore looking to work on O'Neal. Jumper won't fall. Sefton wanted to shoot. Taylor closed in. Crowd wanted to travel. Call doesn't come, but then Sefton stepped out of bounds. Jeff Lytle right there to make the call, and it was a good call. Nine to 7 in favor of Blackhawk here at Bishop Luers High School as Safersky attacks, and his shot won't fall, but he is fouled on the play. And Zen Safersky will go to the line. That is Safersky tying his shoe over there. It looks like he's got the laces laced up. Davis inbounds to Jaden Moore. He's working on Jaden O'Neal. Jaden on Jaden. Ale Taylor gets it away from the block. Works his way back into the paint. Tough shot, no good. Keon Crow with the putback. Keon Crow at 6'3", crashing the glass. And the Braves will look to answer. Back and forth we go here at Bishop Luers. One thing the Knights have done is they have closed in on these three-point shooters, and they've not let the three-point line open. That foul was called on the floor, so no free throws yet for Briggs Pardon. But that is the fourth team foul on Luers, so the next one will put the Braves at the free throw line. They get it in to Wood. Kyler Wood, the sophomore point guard. So far, it's been all starters on the floor for Blackhawk Christian. I don't believe they've made a sub yet. As a team, they've only committed 2 fouls. Catch and shoot. And a 3-ball for Bryce Lacrosse. First triple of this ball game. Lacrosse has 8 points, nearly swatted away. Jaden Moore comes away with a basketball. Davis uses the screen from Moore. He gets it to him. Moore trying to play a little bully ball. The shot won't fall. Taylor couldn't grab it. And I think it's going to stay with Bishop Luers. Or is it? Kyler Wood's going to inbound the basketball. And now they're saying, I think that it is Braves ball. I thought the initial signal was going to be Luers basketball. Oh, we have a foul. Ale Taylor called for the foul, and that's the 5th team foul against Bishop Luers. Bryce Lacrosse will go back to the free throw line. He's been a frequent flyer at that stripe so far in this game. It is not a brick. Not sure if you heard the shout from the crowd, but Lacrosse able to knock it down. Second one also good. Carmani Davis so far with 3 points in the game. Gets the feed from Safersky. And loose ball taken away by the Braves. And Lacrosse missed it on the inside. Pardon kept it alive. He has it knocked away. Keon Crow affecting things down low. Davis, the floater, he gets it. And that'll slow the drought for Bishop Luers. Timeout called by Seth Coffing. A 30-second timeout called by the Knights. And while they take this timeout, I'll go ahead and show you our latest replay. It is brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Well, this looked like the Blackhawk Christian Braves were going to have a run-out bucket. They almost did as Lacrosse poked it away. But at the last second, Keon Crow gets in there. He got in there twice to affect things. And for Carmani Davis, just a drop in the bucket on the other side of the floor. Again, that replay, as with all of our replays, is brought to you by the folks at Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. 2 minutes and 22 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. A 3-point lead for the Braves on the road. They'll have the basketball here. Luers showing a little pressure. Little three-quarters court trap. As Pardon zips it into the paint. Wood with the left hand. Kyler Wood. He gets on the board for the first time in this one. 2 minutes to play here at Luers. Safersky uses the screen. Gets around O'Neal, and O'Neal met him at the rim, and that ball's out of bounds off the Knights. And I think Jaden O'Neal got a piece of that ball. The Braves take over up by 5. Kyler Wood across the timeline as he's guarded by Carmani Davis. Lacrosse tries to spin in. The crowd wanted a travel call. They did not get it. Pardon at the top of the key. He'll pull up from the free throw line. Book it. Briggs Pardon, his second make from the field. Crow across the paint. Shot won't fall for Cooper Chapin. And we're going to get a foul. I think it was Chapin who drew the foul. He did get the basket as well. Bryce Lacrosse called for the foul. So Cooper Chapin's on the board. And he'll try to make it a three-point play. And Chapin gets the three-point play. Lacrosse dishes off O'Neal. That three comes up short, but another offensive board. Drake Sefton. Lacrosse from the corner, and that might have actually been Sefton. It is Drake Sefton. His first triple of the game. That's 5 points for Sefton tonight. Inside the final minute, 44 seconds. Jaden Moore fakes his man in the air. Shot won't fall, but a foul. And that'll send Jaden Moore to the free throw line. It's on Lacrosse. Jaden Moore just a 53% free throw shooter on the year. He does get the first one to rattle home. .41 seconds, 41.6 seconds that is. Second one short. Battle for the board. Sefton had it knocked away but did recover. Blackhawk can hold for the final shot here. There's no shot clock. Lacrosse goes quick and a little too quick. It's traveling. Carmani Davis will re-enter, and this is going to be the first substitution of the game. Or is it? Yes, it will be. Isaac Staten comes in off the bench for the Braves. They got to get somebody off the floor, though. Bryce Lacrosse will go off. The Braves had 6 men on the floor. Can't have that many guys on the floor. It's got to be 5. 30 seconds to go. We'll see if Luers holds for the final shot here. Down 2 scores as it is. As Zen Safersky dribbles some time off the clock. Moore will set the screen. To the deck goes Carmani Davis. He's back up. Safersky, little no-look feed. Crow missed it, but he was fouled. That was a nice feed from Zen Safersky that sends Keon Crow to the line with 7.8 to go, and now Matt Ross going to dig into his bench once again. Bryce Lacrosse going to come back on the floor, so it's not really digging into his bench. It's more like getting his starter back out there. But the free throw's no good. Both teams are in the double bonus, but that's going to reset at the end of this first quarter. 7.8 to go. Oh for 2 goes Crow at the line. Lacrosse with the board. 4 seconds. 2 seconds. Lacrosse gets it off, and that one would not crawl home. But it's Blackhawk Christian with the lead, 21-15. As we go to the second quarter, you're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
21-15, Blackhawk Christian on top on the road here at Bishop Luers. The Knights will start with the basketball as we begin the second quarter. Bishop Luers did win the freshman game and the JV game. They're hoping to make it 3 for 3 against the Braves today. But the Braves are thinking, if our freshman and JV team can't come away with a win, maybe we can. Jaden Moore got his hands loose and turned it over. Drake Sefton scoops it up and scoops it in. Drake Sefton with 7 points in the ball game as Crow gets it on the wing. Bryce Lacrosse is the leading scorer for the Braves so far as we are just about 45 seconds in to the second quarter. Ale Taylor, just 4 points so far, going for the mid-ranger. Crow the offensive board, and he is fouled. Looked like Kyler Wood made the contact. I guess they're saying turnover on Luers. So no foul there. Meanwhile, Riker Knox is in the game for Blackhawk Christian. That's Sefton putting it in high over Ale Taylor. Nine points for Drake Sefton so far as this ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Luers. His 10-point lead is the largest lead that Blackhawk has had in this game. As we have a whistle. Looked like a ball came onto the court. Not sure what kind of ball that is or where it came from. There is a sign on the school that says balls are not allowed to be brought into the gym. As Ale Taylor tries to spin around, he loses the ball. He wants a foul. It's going to be Luers basketball, but he wants a foul on Bryce Lacrosse. He's not going to get it. Ale Taylor, a big 6'4" guy, he's physical, and Sefton, or rather Lacrosse, is having to match him all the way, and he's doing so. That was nearly a steal for Knox. Safersky on the attack. That's Davis for three, and it rattles home. Much needed jumper for the Luers Knights. First three of the game. Carmani Davis has 8 points to lead all Luers scorers. Deep three, Bryce Lacrosse, too strong. And a chance for the Knights as Taylor gets the board. Keon Crow has it at the point for Luers. Tries to spin inside on Sefton. Has to go outside to Zen Safersky. Poked away a little bit behind Taylor and recovered by the Braves. Lacrosse sets the feet but misses the three. Carmani Davis has it. Davis, hard contact, and it's an offensive foul according to Jeff Lytle. Ran right into the defender, and Carmani Davis picks up the first team foul this quarter against Luers. It's his second. Luers has dug into their bench a lot more than Blackhawk Christian has. Blackhawk Christian has, I believe, only put two guys in off the bench, Riker Knox being one of them. Catch and shoot. That is Riker Knox. He missed it. Battle for the board. Keon Crow hustles after it along with Knox. And the arrow favors Bishop Luers. I believe the call is a jump ball, so it's Knights basketball. Zen Safersky across the timeline. Moore back outside to Taylor. Off balance three. Carmani Davis, are you kidding me? And he got knocked down on the shot. How impressive of a make was that? If there's anything he wants in addition to that, it would be a trip to the free throw line, but no foul was called. TJ English is about to check in. He's had a good long breather. As Pardon takes it to the cup. Sefton wanted to catch and fire. Instead, he goes outside to Pardon. Pull-up jumper, too strong. And Ale Taylor with the rebound. The lob down the floor to Keon Crow. He lets Taylor get back down the floor, but Taylor walked. Caught the ball and started running with it. And now TJ English will re-enter. Keon Crow's been in off the bench for quite a while. And the junior TJ English back in. 4:32 left to go here in quarter number 2. Luers was down by 10 not too long ago. A couple of Carmani Davis threes have gotten this game a little bit closer. Pardon, contested, but he hits it anyway. Six points for Briggs Pardon so far in the game, as Blackhawk Christian has answered. Luers looking for another answer. Taylor having to battle for that one, still loose. And if that's a jump ball, it's going to Blackhawk Christian. Kyler Wood creating the tie-up. Ralph Morency, the 6'7" sophomore, will check into the game. Now he's 6'7". Kind of a thin 6'7" type of guy. 3:59 left to go in quarter number 2. Kyler Wood finds Sefton. Drake Sefton comes from a great basketball family. His dad, Jay Sefton, used to coach at Blackhawk. His brother, Gage Sefton, played for the Braves. Bryce Sefton, another brother of his, graduated just this past spring. Tough shot, but it crawls off the iron. And here comes Safersky going quick. Safersky through the paint, blocked. Was that Wood? Outlet to Sefton. And Sefton will finish with a left hand. Drake Sefton up to 11 points, 6 this quarter. And the lead is back to 8 as English was thinking about a 3. Davis gets it. Defender falls down. Back to English. Jaden Moore down the baseline. Man right in front of him. He'll swing it back outside. That's English. English fires. And his 3 won't drop. Drake Sefton the board for Blackhawk. Briggs Pardon running the point as we're inside 3 minutes to go in quarter number 2. Riker Knox, the sophomore guard, feeds it off. Sefton, the 3 ball is short. Fights for it, out of bounds. Luers ball. Nate Javins, the sophomore, checks in. That's the younger brother of Dory Javins, former Bishop Luers star, I believe serves as an assistant coach at Bishop Luers now under Mary Hathaway. Oh, good pass. Wide open. Ralph Morency with the deuce. And the Knights get it back down to a 6-point game. Knox has to get that one out of trouble to Sefton. As we're inside 2 minutes to go here at Bishop Luers High School. Sefton working through some traffic. Knox the kick to the corner. Kyler Wood nails a 3 ball. Spin move, and English gets the shot to fall. Kick out to the corner. That's Knox, and we're going to get a foul. Looks like it's going on English. That'll be the 3rd team foul against the Knights. And for TJ English, it is his 3rd. Blackhawk Christian wants a timeout. 32nd timeout. First timeout that Matt Roth has taken in this game. Well, while they take a timeout, go ahead and show you a quick replay here. As Bishop Luers was looking like they were going to work their way back into this ball game, Kyler Wood knocks down a three from the corner. From the wing, rather, not so much the corner, but that three gives Blackhawk Christian a 9-point lead. Their largest has been 10. Of course, they also had that run-out bucket by Drake Sefton. I'll show you that right here as Sefton is currently up to 11 points in this game, got well out ahead of the pack. And that made it an 8-point Blackhawk Christian lead. Braves basketball, they lead by 9. They've led by as much as 10. Bishop Luers in a man-to-man defense. Drive to the basket. That shot won't fall. And scooped up by the Knights. It's Nate Javins. Crow on the attack, too strong. Drake Sefton across the timeline. Oh, that was close. But Pardon back outside. Sefton, book it. Drake Sefton from downtown. He's got 14 points. He's having a great second quarter. His 10-point lead matches the largest lead that Blackhawk Christian has had. Morency one-on-one. Fired back inside. Crow just got it to fall and one. Keon Crow wanted to dunk that thing. He'll take the 2 points regardless. Carmani Davis goes to the bench as Jaden Moore checks in. That was Drake Sefton who got called for the foul. First team foul against Blackhawk this quarter. But Crow couldn't sink the free throw. 34 seconds left in the first half as Briggs Pardon runs the point. The Braves can hold for the final shot of the half. But there goes Pardon, missed it. And still plenty of time for Luers, 22 seconds. They can hold for one possession if they want to. And they go back outside to Zen Safersky. Down to 12 seconds. Looks like Luers probably is going to play for the last shot of the half. 6 seconds. Crow with the ball. And did he carry it? Yes, he did. And that is not what you want to have happen with 3.7 seconds left on the timer. Now, there's not a lot of time for Blackhawk Christian here, but they can get something off. It may end up being a desperation heave, depending on where this ball is caught. Back to Wood. He got it off, but he missed the three. Kind of an adventurous end to the first half as Blackhawk Christian takes an 8-point lead into the halftime break. Get a quick word in from one of our sponsors, and we are hoping to get Deshawn Thomas up here for a little halftime interview. We'll see if he's able to come up here. But in the meantime, time to give a shout out to one of our sponsors. And it's a sponsor that we try to make sure we hear from every game, especially every game. Folks at Parkview Sports Medicine. Earn your edge this season. PSM's Edge Training Program maximizes your athleticism through personalized performance training to reach your goals and to get you to the next level. Visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com/edge to schedule your free consultation. It is halftime here at Bishop Luers High School, and we will be back after this break, and we're hoping to get Deshawn Thomas up here for a little halftime interview. The request has been made. We'll see if he's able to come his way up here. Back after this on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cup Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here with PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors, working on my speed. That's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, welcome back to Bishop Luers High School. We are indeed joined by Deshawn Thomas, the former Bishop Luers Knight. Deshawn, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Well, first of all, Deshawn, how much of an honor is it to be back at your home gym, Bishop Luers?
It's a blessing to be back here to see the guys and celebrate something special for me. It's really blissful to see everybody who stood out for me and was big fans of me, and it was good to see.
And of course, you went on to play at Ohio State for 3 years, had a really good run, and got to the Final Four as a sophomore. What do you remember most about your time at Ohio State playing there?
I remember everything, just winning, competing at the highest level, getting to the Final Four, competing in March Madness. I think those were the great memories that I had playing at Ohio State and becoming a young man and actually becoming a father during that process, and it was a great experience.
And, of course, your head coach at the time when you were at Bishop Luers, at least, was James Blackman. Of course, he's at Marion now. How instrumental was Coach Blackman in your growth as an athlete?
It was really great being coached by Blackman, man. I mean, he had the experience and he had the accolades and everything going up, and then sacrificing and doing the right thing. Blackman, he taught me a lot out there on the court and doing everything, so it's been really special learning from him.
Now, of course, you also got to play some professional basketball overseas and a little bit in Austin, Texas as well. How much did you enjoy getting to play basketball at the professional level?
I enjoyed it a lot. It was great. I mean, obviously, going overseas was a great experience, and doing the right thing and making that decision. Playing over there, it really humbles you. Great team basketball over there overseas. You know, a lot of guys rely a lot on athleticism in the NBA, but overseas was something special, and learned a lot and learned how to play team basketball within the system.
Now, of course, I'll just ask you one more question before we let you go and enjoy the rest of this game. If you have any advice to any aspiring basketball players, whether it's aspiring pro basketball players or kids who maybe want to come up and play high school ball, even go on to college, what would that advice be?
Just, you know, the advice would be just stay hard, stay working hard, stay humble, continue to grow, continue to learn, be coachable, and just have fun with it. I think having fun and enjoying the game that you love.
Well, Deshawn, thanks for joining me. We'll let you enjoy the rest of this basketball game.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Deshawn Thomas, the former Bishop Luers Knight and also former Ohio State Buckeye and former pro basketball player overseas, joining us today. His number was retired here at Bishop Luers, I beg your pardon, who's playing Blackhawk Christian tonight. He wore the number 1 here, and he wore it at Ohio State. What a great career Deshawn Thomas had, both here and at Ohio State and overseas at the pro level as well. And again, a year or two in Austin, Texas with the Austin Spurs after he had been drafted by the San Antonio Spurs. We've got under 2 minutes to go until the second half gets underway. I will come back after 40 seconds and give you the leading scores for this game.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
35-27 your score. Blackhawk Christian on top over Bishop Luers. Here are the scoring leaders for this game. Drake Sefton, the sophomore, has 14 points to lead all Brave scores. Bryce Lacrosse with 10. Briggs Pardon with 6. Kyler Wood with 5. Carmani Davis has 11 points for Bishop Luers. Ale Taylor and Keon Crow with 4 apiece. Cooper Chapin has 3. TJ English and Ralph Morency have 2 apiece. Now, TJ English at this point has 3 fouls. He's one of the starters for Bishop Luers. So we'll see how soon he gets on the court in the third quarter. It may be that Seth Coughing has to keep him off the floor for a while to try to keep him from any further foul trouble. Now, I talked about James Blackman, who was Deshawn Thomas's head coach at the high school level here at Bishop Luers. He's coaching at Marion right now, and Marion has the lead with less than 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter over Homestead. 50-45 is the score, and the Knights looked like they were about to add to that lead. Excuse me, the Giants. Marion's mascot is the Giants, not to be confused with the Marion University Knights down in Indy. Inbound to Zen Safursky, and we are underway to start the third quarter. Inside 8 minutes to go. Of course, it's 8 minutes at the start of every quarter. Safursky fakes the pass and gives it up to Carmani Davis. Davis turns around and his shot falls. That was a high degree of difficulty, but Davis made it count. Carmani Davis has 13 points, leading all night scorers. Leaning in and missing the shot is Lacrosse. Ale Taylor comes up with it. Kick to the corner, that's Jaden Moore. Moore kicks outside to Taylor. Taylor puts it on the deck, and that hook shot won't go. There's Morency with the board. Couldn't stick it back. Taylor keeps it alive and puts it home. The big men doing work on the inside for Luers. That's 6 points for Ale Taylor. And if the Knights can get more of that, it could help them a great deal in this ball game. Cross-court pass, Jaden O'Neal, air ball. Morency came out to affect that one, might have even gotten a piece of it. Here comes Jaden Moore into the paint. going for the glass, won't go, and it's tipped out to Carmani Davis. That's a deep, deep three, no good. Jaden O'Neal with the board, and there he goes through traffic. Going for the glass, no, tip back won't fall, and into the hands of Safersky. Safersky wanted the step back three. Davis will try the three, and he hits it. Carmani Davis pulls the Knights within one. Luers is on a 7-0 run to start the third. Kick outside. Lacrosse needs it. Doesn't get it. Safersky down the floor behind Taylor. He loses it. And Sefton comes the other way. Sefton into the paint. The dish. Pardon. Too strong. Not the kind of start Blackhawk Christian wanted with an 8-point lead at halftime. And that start gets even worse for the Braves because they just committed a foul. That's going to go on Drake Sefton. Just his second, so Sefton's not in any kind of foul trouble at this point. But as the game goes on, sometimes players go from being in very little foul trouble to being in big foul trouble. That hasn't happened yet for Sefton, though. That's just sometimes how the game goes. Morency sets the screen. Safersky, air ball. That would have given Luers their first lead since the first quarter. I believe Blackhawk is led by as many as 11 points in this game. Drake Sefton comes across the timeline, and they need to change the momentum of this game. Into the paint goes Lacrosse. That one won't spit in, but a foul. Ale Taylor was in the area, but I think they're going to get Jaden Moore instead. It is Jaden Moore, first team foul against Luers. And Bryce Lacrosse goes to the free throw line. Well, Homestead has pulled within 2 against Marion. That game's not over. Still a minute 52 left. Lacrosse rattles home the first free throw. That's the first point of this half for Blackhawk Christian. Safersky had to tie his shoe. Lacrosse will get one more with 5:16 left. Got it. Lacrosse has 12 points in this game. He did miss his first free throw, but other than that, he's been shooting it well from beyond the arc. From beyond the charity stripe. Jaden Moore battling for that ball. Taylor up with it. Count it. And one. Ale Taylor. He's up to 8 points for the game, and a crucial free throw coming up here with 5 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Put it down. We are tied. Ale Taylor with 9 points, 5 of those points coming here in the third quarter. Off-balance jumper, Lacrosse, no. Blackhawk still doesn't have a made field goal here in the third quarter. Safersky comes the other way. Taylor's going to step out, but he missed the three. O'Neal with a tough rebound. Back the other way comes Pardon. The feed inside. O'Neal blocked, but a foul. Ralph Morency made a little too much contact, and Jaden O'Neal will go to the free throw line. That 50-48 score still holding up for Marion at Homestead, and a friendly roll for O'Neal to give the lead back to Blackhawk. They still don't have a made field goal this quarter. We've got 4:30 to go in the quarter. Homestead has tied the game, meanwhile, against Marion, 50-50. I think that was Jake Kuhlman who hit the shot. Second one doesn't go. Blackhawk with the lead, but only up by 1. They've been outscored 10-3 so far this third quarter as Davis tries to lob it to Morency. I don't quite think he was ready for it. It was a fortunate bounce for Luers off the foot of Jaden O'Neal. Davis in and out. That would have given Luers the lead. Through traffic to Safersky. Too strong. And the Braves get the stop. Bryce Lacrosse with the board for Blackhawk. Can they get a make from the field here in this third quarter? They don't have one yet. Blocking foul. Seth Coughing wanted it to be an offensive foul. And you see, with the expressions he's giving, he does not like the call that Jeff Lytle just made. And I will not repeat what the student section is saying right now. But Bryce Lacrosse right back to the free throw line. Knocks down the first one. So far, the free throw line is where all the Braves' points this quarter have come, but they add to their lead. And a chance to go up by 3. 2 for 2 for Bryce Lacrosse. Safersky uses the screen from Morency. He goes outside to Jaden Moore. Safersky gets the feed. He's got O'Neal on him. Safersky gets around him and scores. Zen Safersky with a good drive. That's his first points of the night. 1 point game here at Luers. Lacrosse puts it on the deck. Off balance jumper, and he was fouled from behind. That looked like a good call. Morency came in and swatted. Looked like he hit the shoulder of Lacrosse. And the way this game is going, you do not want to send Bryce Lacrosse to the free throw line if you're Bishop Luers. He's having a good day at the stripe. Well, Homestead has taken the lead over Marion, 53-50. Lacrosse continues to stroke it from the stripe. That Marion Homestead game, by the way, has 1 second left in it. We've got 3:12 left to go in the third quarter. So, hey, depending on how that game ends, I would suggest that maybe James Blackman can come by here and watch the close of this game, but he's got to get those kids back to Marion. That's about an hour bus ride. The reverse, Carmani Davis. Beautiful shot. He's got 18 points to lead the Knights, and they're within one once again. But can they defend without fouling? Sefton. Finally a field goal goes for the Braves. That ball goes out of bounds, Blackhawk ball. Bryce Sefton with 16 points in this game. And with 2:43 to go, the Braves will have it. Sometimes it takes a while for your shots to go from the field, but great players can get it going at any moment. Sefton's got 16 points for the game. Out of bounds, Blackhawk ball. 2:29 left to go in this ball game. Lacrosse to inbound. Gets it back. He fakes the shot. I think that's Crow guarding him. Drake Sefton with it in his hands. Sefton bobbled the pass at first, but does recover. Here's Briggs Pardon. Low-scoring game on his part so far. He's got 6. Loose ball picked up by Taylor, but his pass a little bit too hard as it runs away from Keon Crow. The Knights had a chance to get this down to a 1-point game, but Taylor's pass just a little bit too long, and Crow could not catch up to it. Well, they've gone final at Homestead. Homestead comes back to win 53-50 over Marion. So the folks from Southwest Fort Wayne certainly happy about that final score. But again, Marion's coached by James Blackman, who used to coach Deshawn Thomas, as he was honored tonight. Good job by Lacrosse sticking with it. And that leaner spins around and in. Kyler Wood. I've got him for 7 points in this game, but Safersky with the answer on the other end. Back to a 3-point game. Here comes Lacrosse. Count the basket and one. He was sandwiched in between two defenders, and Bryce Lacrosse gets a trip to the free throw line. He's been so effective from there for most of this night anyway. He's got 18 points for the game. By the way, for Homestead, Jeff Lytle and Seth Coughing have a little discussion. It's rare for an official to change his call after a discussion with a head coach, unless, of course, he gets together with his fellow referees. But no change in the call here, as Sefton is up to 19 points. Incredible night for, Lacrosse is up to 19 points. Incredible night for him. English in a tough spot. Putback is good. Keon Crow. Keon Crow, for the most part, has been playing because of TJ English's foul trouble. He's got 3 fouls, but Crow and English are both in the game right now. Kyler Wood left it short, and TJ English rips away the board, and that foul's going to be on Blackhawk. Kyler Wood called for the foul, and English was kind of just wrestling away with the ball, but those were common moves to the game that he was making. That is the 3rd team foul on Blackhawk Christian. Luers has committed 5, and we're down to 37 seconds. English with a tough catch. Davis fakes the 3. Luers can hold for the final shot of the quarter if they choose, but Safersky spinning in, no good. And Drake Sefton with a board for Blackhawk, down to 21 seconds. Down to 15 seconds. Ale Taylor on him. 7 seconds. 5 seconds. Wood into the paint, throws it up. That won't go, but the putback spins in. It's Briggs Pardon to close out the 3rd quarter. And a 6-point lead for the Braves as we go to quarter number 4 on SummitCitySports.com.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
So I tell the truth all the time, ain't got no sympathy for no. I admit that I'm rich and I'm lit. Jumping up on stages, I get 200 occasions, but I ain't really the game up. We make sure they trap down. They see how I made it, I'm the reason they won't rap now. See me out in traffic, make a hater pull his head down. Biggie's OG salute me, a stylist can't even style me. The robbers probably won't get me on mopping out Lamborghinis. The youngest turn in my city, they try me, I get it cracked. Some of this still would happen if I never started rapping. My people don't.
Briggs Pardon with an impressive basket to close out the 3rd quarter. Here's a look at the replay. Got the board and got it off just in time. You see he did get it off before that backboard went red. And the Braves take a 6-point lead. Their largest lead has been 11, and Luers did fight back to make it a 1-point game in that 3rd quarter. We've got one more quarter to go here at Bishop Luers High School. Briggs Pardon on the attack. He has to slow it down. O'Neal dishes outside. That was a good pass. And Wood could not finish. Morency, physical on the inside. He's one of the thinner 6'7" guys you'll see, but he does not lack physicality. Swatted away, and despite that battle, Morency knocks it out of bounds off the baseline. Do have an update from Ossian. Norwell has a 52-42 lead over Belmont in the 4th quarter. Not sure how much time's left there, but it is a pretty good-sized lead at this point for the Lady Knights of Norwell. Drake Sefton with the basketball. He scored 16 points in this game. Lacrosse fakes the 3. Check that. That was Sefton. Now Lacrosse sets the screen for Pardon, and a foul before the shot. And it's going to go on Zen Safersky. That's his first team foul of the fourth quarter. And Luers has committed more fouls, it seems, than Blackhawk Christian has. We're 59 seconds into the fourth. Sefton fakes the three, got Taylor in the air, goes for the reverse, and it spins around and in. Drake Sefton with a great drive and score. And he's up to 18 points for the ball game. Taken away by the Braves, it's Pardon. Lob down the floor, off the hands of Lacrosse. And I think that's going to be Luers basketball. That's what I thought. The Braves were lobbying that the Knights had touched it. The officials don't buy it. Meanwhile, Norwell does win 52-42 over Belmont over in Ossian, Indiana. From here, that's about a 25, 30-minute drive thereabout. English. The floater wouldn't fall. English trying to keep it alive, and Carmani Davis comes away with it. English again, missed the three. Knocked out of bounds, good hustle. Was that Lacrosse? No, it was Sefton. It was Drake Sefton, who was helped to the floor by Lacrosse and Briggs Pardon. It's going to be Luers basketball. 53-45 in favor of Blackhawk Christian. Davis looks to get it in and finds Safersky. Out to TJ English. Ale Taylor one-on-one. Ale Taylor has 9 points in this game. English counted and a foul. TJ English playing with 3 fouls, trying to keep the Knights in this one. That's Drake Sefton's 4th foul, meanwhile. Riker Knox will come into the game and give Sefton a breather. Drake Sefton with 18 points, leading all Blackhawk scorers. If you're Blackhawk, you do not want to lose him for the ball game. No good, but Carmani Davis. Jump ball is the call. The arrow does favor Bishop Luers. And Seth Coughing wants a timeout. 30-second timeout. We'll take it right along with him on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
.5:59 left to go in regulation here at Bishop Luers High School. Zen Safersky will inbound for the Knights. They're looking for a come-from-behind win after Deshawn Thomas was honored here before the game. Taylor makes it a 4-point possession for the Knights and a 4-point game. Ale Taylor with 11 points. Lacrosse backs it out. Right now, Drake Sefton is on the bench with 4 fouls. Bryce Lacrosse on the attack, takes it all the way. Bryce Lacrosse says, hey, Drake, I got your back. Spinning in is Jaden Moore, missed it. Got a good look, but couldn't finish. Lacrosse into the paint. Somehow got it to Jaden O'Neal. Meanwhile, we do have a final. 70-33, Leo beats New Haven. Carroll leads New Haven 53-48, we're told. That's an air ball. And we're going to get a foul on Taylor. Looks like it. No. It's on O'Neal. So it will be Bishop Luers basketball. Second team foul against Blackhawk Christian here in this fourth quarter with 5 minutes to go. English into the paint, off balance, yes. T.J. English. He's playing with 3 fouls, but making the most of the time he has. And it's once again a 4-point game here at Bishop Luers. Here's Pardon. Kyler Wood just able to pull that pass down. Lacrosse on the attack again. Couldn't finish that time. Ale Taylor with the board. Here goes Safersky. Davis catching fire. No good. Jaden O'Neal trying to fight for that board, and he got it. Well, he got the board. He had to fight to keep the possession. And a foul on Luers on the other end. And I think Safersky, it is Safersky, going to be tagged with that foul. Here's Pardon. Briggs Pardon gets the screen from O'Neal. Pardon on the attack. No good, but Pardon's right there. He lost it out of bounds. I thought he had the board, and now Pardon is on the deck. They'll pull him to his feet. That may have been frustration more than anything. 3:53 to go. Luers still down 4. They need a bucket and a stop. Now, if Luers gets a bucket, Blackhawk Christian can potentially hold the ball for as long as they choose. But English into the paint. 2-point game. TJ English, 8 points, playing with 3 fouls. Wood having to play physical ball with Jaden Moore on him. As we come down inside 3.5 to play. Lacrosse missed the 3, and Safersky comes down with it. Luers with a chance to tie the game. Or take the lead if they get a 3, but that lob went too tall for Taylor. Jaden O'Neal comes down with it. Safersky getting physical with Pardon, and Pardon looks like he drew the foul. And he did. It is on Safersky, and I think that's just Safersky's second foul of the game, both coming in this quarter. And for Luers, they have now committed 3 fouls this quarter. Again, 2 of those on Safersky. Drake Sefton back in the game. He's playing with 4 fouls. He's also got 18 points in the ball game. Sefton gets the inbound. Pardon will bring it out with Safersky on him. Sefton stops. Goes outside to Pardon. Blackhawk can somewhat afford to be patient here. Pardon to the glass, and he finishes. I say they somewhat can afford to be patient, but they still needed points there, because if it takes some time off the clock but don't score, it gives Luers a great chance. But because they score and get the stop, now Blackhawk has a chance to set up a great look, and they get a great shot from Bryce Lacrosse. And a near takeaway. That was Sefton, frustrated that he didn't get it. Bryce Lacrosse, 23 points in this ball game. As we've got 2:16 left, it will remain Luers basketball. A 6-point lead for the Braves. Inbound to Jaden Moore. He directs traffic. English on the attack. Hands it back to Moore. Moore working around heavy traffic. And a timeout. The basket will count. Bishop Luers calls the timeout. That leaves the Knights with just 2 timeouts remaining. And for Jaden Moore, I have that as his first made field goal. It is a full timeout, so we'll take it right along with him here on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for. The intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Blackhawk Christian with a 59-55 lead, and we may be coming down to the wire. A 4-point game with 2:02 to go. Luers has just 2 timeouts remaining. Blackhawk Christian, by my count, has four of their 5 still available to them. 2:02 to go. This is going to be Blackhawk Christian ball. They didn't have somebody to inbound the ball, but Jaden O'Neal just made the shot before the timeout. Jaden Moore made the shot before the timeout, not Jaden O'Neal. That's Jaden O'Neal who inbounded. Braves still need to beat that 10-second clock, which they do. Pardon double teamed. Running out of real estate, and he's out of bounds. He stepped on the chalk with 1:51 to go. Still a lot of basketball left, and Carmani Davis will check in to give Morency a breather. Ralph Morency's been pretty physical on the interior today. Scoring-wise, he's only got 2. But he's been active around the glass as English has been instrumental in this comeback effort so far for Bishop Luers. Hands to Taylor. Taylor, the floater is good. Ale Taylor pulls the Knights within 2. And here's that press by the Knights. The Braves beat it. Across the paint, the basket goes, and it's Lacrosse. Now check that, it's Sefton. Drake Sefton. Drake Sefton with 20 points in the game. Outside to Davis as we approach the final minute. Davis steps out. Feeds over to English. Safursky. Clock ticks down under a minute. It's Taylor trying to go to work. Throws it up. That won't go, but a foul. Briggs Pardon with his second foul, 3rd team foul on Blackhawk Christian, and it will send Dale Taylor to the free throw line. Jaden Moore and Ralph Morency wait to check back in. Big time make there for Ale Taylor. Meanwhile, New Haven and Carroll are tied over at Carroll Fieldhouse. Taylor goes 2 for 2, and we've got a 2-point game with 55.4 to go. Now, you would think that Luers would probably bring some pressure here. Instead, O'Neal has a clear lane to cross that timeline. Lacrosse letting some time tick off the clock. Lacrosse on the attack. O'Neal has to dish outside. Seth Coughing wants a travel call, does not get it. That's a tough catch there by Lacrosse. Just got it to Pardon. Under 30 seconds left. It's down to 25, and there's the foul. The Braves took a lot of time off the clock, and there's no shot clock, so you can take all the time you want until Luers fouls. Luers now has no more fouls to give. And now Matt Roth wants a timeout. While they take a timeout, we will also take a timeout, although got an update before we do, or after we come back, rather.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Meanwhile, New Haven has fought back to tie Carroll, and the Bulldogs and the Chargers are going to overtime. Here we've got 25.6 seconds left. Sefton across the timeline, and there's the foul. Now, even if you get the 10-second violation there, if you're Bishop Luers, the clock would have about 16 seconds thereabout on it. As it is, there's 22.1 seconds, and Drake Sefton's going to the line. That was the 15th foul on Bishop Luers. As the cheerleaders doing everything they can to distract Drake Sefton, but he hits the free throw nonetheless. And Blackhawk has a 3-point lead. This won't close out the game if he makes this, but it will put a lot of pressure on Bishop Luers. They don't necessarily need a three if he gets it. Missed it. Well, now Luers can tie with a three. They're going to call a timeout. They've got one timeout left, and with that timeout called, my guess is Luers is going to play for a tie at the last second, or close to the last second as possible. You've got 18.4 seconds left, and meanwhile, New Haven has taken the lead over Carroll. So if Luers wants a two to make this a one-point game, they'll have to go quick. If they want a three, they're probably going to have to play for the final shot, or at least run as much time off the clock as they can before they shoot it. Even Kyle Lindsay, the head football coach here at Luers, is on his feet as the Blackhawk Christian Braves hold on to a 3-point lead, and that missed free throw could turn out to be very huge, especially if this game ends up going to overtime. New Haven's scored 5 straight points in overtime. They're up 62-57 with less than 2.5 minutes to go. Here we've got 18.4 seconds. We'll see how Luers plays this. Safersky inbounds to Davis. He swings it outside to English. English attacks, got an open lane, and he scores with 10 seconds on the clock, and now Seth Coughing calls a timeout. That is the last timeout that Bishop Luers has. TJ English. Big time shot. It's worth showing to you, and I will show it to you on our replay, brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. So I thought maybe by the previous timeout, Luers might play for a tying three. Instead, they get the two, and they do leave some time on the clock, but that was a great lane that TJ English just took advantage of. He's got 10 points for the game. He's been playing with 3 fouls for this entire second half. He committed those first 2 fouls very early in the game, and that third foul, I believe, came in the second quarter. So now, if you're Bishop Luers, you really can't play for a 10-second violation here. There's 9.5 seconds on the clock. So if Blackhawk gets this ball in, you've probably got a foul right away. The best-case scenario for Luers would be if they can force a 10-second violation. Braves get it in, and there's the foul. Lacrosse draws the foul. And that's exactly who you want going to the free throw line if you're Blackhawk Christian. Just going on how he's done from the line today. .7 left. If Lacrosse hits both of these, Luers almost has to go for the three and the tie. One down. One more for Bryce Lacrosse. As the Luers crowd tries to distract him. Got them both. And now Luers needs a three to tie. Safersky hands it to Davis. Deep three. He wanted the foul, didn't get the shot, and Blackhawk Christian is going to walk out of here with a 3-point win over Bishop Luers. The Blackhawk Christian Braves survive the Knights here at Bishop Luers, 64-61 your final. And with that, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the final sequence for Bishop Luers. I certainly don't think this was the shot that they wanted. I mean, get the ball in Carmani Davis's hands, yes, but if you're trying to hit a three from beyond the volleyball line, that's not the shot you want, even if you are trying to draw the foul. Because if you draw the foul, you got to hit all 3 free throws. But Blackhawk Christian gets to 10 wins on the season, knocking off Bishop Luers on the road. It is time to recognize our Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game, and that player tonight is Bryce Lacrosse. 25 points. I got to change that, but he hits 25 points tonight. Has a big day from the free throw line, and 2 free throws that ultimately close it out for the Blackhawk Christian Braves. Bryce Lacrosse is your Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game. The Blackhawk Christian Braves win it 64-61 over the Knights of Bishop Luers. For my cameraman, Oscar Harrison, this is Thad Goff saying so long from Bishop Luers High School. You've been watching high school basketball on Summit City Sports. Good night from Luers.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.